Good morning. I want to thank the Grand Ledge Public Library for allowing us to do this. It's a wonderful platform, still being able to get seen and, being able to connect with readers. It's just a wonderful thing that they're doing for us. So I appreciate that. Today I'm going to be reading from my second book. This is How a Heart Breaks. Yes, the cover is very wonky. It was one of the proofs. Didn't turn out right. So I'm going with it. The inside is right. I'm reading in the epilogue. It's literally one of the most favorite scenes that I have written, and I remember exactly where I was when I wrote this scene. And here we go. 5 months later, my legs don't hurt anymore. I think they're numb. Somewhere around mile 14, a higher power, St. Jude, my mom would argue, took over and carried me along. My hips feel like squares and round sockets, and I heard my ankle pop for the last mile. It's helping me keep my rhythm now. I've seen Gracie more today than I've seen her in weeks. I'm not sure how she's done it, but she's managed to cheer me on in at least once in every mile. Some miles, she finds extra spots. At first, I smiled and cheered with her. I'm doing a marathon. This is happening. Now I cry every time I see her, and not the pretty tears rolling down my cheeks as I valiantly keep running. No, this is the ugly cry that caused people to stop in their tracks and inquire if I need medical attention. I will have to drink Gatorade for weeks to make up for this dehydration. I'm in the back of the pack with the die-hard stragglers who refuse to give up. By mile 23, it dawns on me that I'm in the exact spot where I saw the runners a year ago. That fateful day when I boldly told Tony that I wanted to run a marathon and realized I never once doubted this was going to happen. I always knew I'd be here. It's at that moment I dig in and try to jog again. I had been walking, crying, limping for the last mile, unsure why I was doing this. And now I remembered. I heard horror stories about the last quarter mile at the end of a marathon and steel myself for the remainder of this run. I saw Tony just before the race. Don't worry about me today, just focus on moving forward and I'll find you in the last mile. I had counted on that. In my head, I envisioned seeing him first as I crossed the finish line. He was the only reason I chose to do this race, and he damn well better be here for me. Mile 25. Pain, mostly mental, is hitting me in waves. Julia and my mom are standing, Charlotte and Trevor. My heart bursts and I run to hug them. Keep going, Mama, is all I need to hear to finish this race. I stop and lean my hands on my knees. Unsure I can keep moving forward any longer, and I hear footsteps behind me. What's the deal? It's Tony. We have less than a mile to go, he said. He is sweating, running bib placed on his shirt, and it hits me. He has been following me the whole time. I'll find you in the last mile. I bit my lip to prevent the breakdown response I'm feeling. He locks eyes with me. You did not run this far to quit. I am in this with you. Let's go. The city streets are lined with people cheering, many of them watching Tony and try to coerce me to keep going. I hear the announcer at the finish line calling out someone as someone crosses, loud music in the background. Tony is right. I didn't come this far to quit. Okay, I said, falling into a jog again. Let's go, bitch. He smiles and shakes his head. There's my girl. I have been shooting pains down my hip, down the back of both legs. Every step thundering through my body. Just hear the music, Tony says, breaking my thoughts. Think about your kids watching you cross that line. How proud they'll be. The tears just keep coming, and I'm not trying to stop them. Neither is Tony. What an emotional journey this has been. And I know he's expecting this to happen. We finally pass the 6-mile marker, and a sob escapes my chest. Gracie is there beside me. She grabs my hand and squeezes it. Over a cliff, she says, tears running down her cheeks as well. I love that book. I love that scene. There's so many scenes in that book I love. My next book will be coming out in May this year. It is called The Edge of Glory, and I am finally writing a book about skating and skating life and coaching and what it's like to be a competitive skater and in a competitive rink. It is might be one of my favorite books so far. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up, but I still have to go through the editing phase and all that good stuff. But right now, I'm kind of loving it. I think you will too. All new characters, moved out of Frankfurt last time. Um, that's all I got. I want to thank Grand Ledge Public Library for letting us do this. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great platform, great library. I love it there. I hope you stay safe. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you're reading something fabulous. Take care.